All right, guys, let's make homemade flour tortillas. This is a really simple and easy recipe. You just need to be safe while you're using the skillet on the stove top. So what we're first going to do is measure out our 3 cups of flour. And if you are grabbing flour from a container, what you kind of do first before you just scoop out a cup is you kind of fluff it up within the container that it's in or the bag that it's in, so you don't get a dense solid 3 cups of smashed together flour. It's basically you kind of like lightening it up a little bit so you're not getting as much flour, but it's a more accurate way to work with a lot of these recipes within the breads and tortillas and stuff like that. So you're going to measure the 3 cups of flour and then measure out your half a teaspoon of baking powder. And when you use teaspoons, you're just measuring it where it's full to the very top, and you can brush off the excess or knock it off like how you saw me do that kind of in the container itself. You also need to add in your salt as well, and you can use olive oil or lard. I know a lot of people don't have lard, but that's what we have. So that's what I'm using in this recipe, but it works the same way. It's a fat content that makes the tortillas soft and pliable and just something much easier to work with. Because you'll see in a little bit in the video that we want it to be like a Play-Doh consistency. And that's what makes them not dry, and they're soft and they're easy to work with when you're rolling them out, putting them on the skillet, and eating, of course. So you're kind of cutting in the lard or olive oil before you add in the water, just to kind of make some crumbles in there. You see me stirring it really good, just to kind of get that fat content throughout all the flour. So just keep stirring. And then you can go ahead and measure out your water. You can see the little, kind of a little crumbles in there. It's kind of like going with pie crust, but a little bit different. Then you're going to go ahead and pour in your water. Pour in about 3/4 of a cup, which is basically like most of the cup, but you can leave a little bit out. We don't want to add too much water at first, just in case we don't need it. Or you'll kind of go back and forth. You know, add a tablespoon of flour, add a tablespoon of water to get the right consistency. So I'm just adding a little bit more at a time, just to kind of so I can work with the right consistency. Just using that fork or large spoon to kind of work it together before you get your hands super in there and get it all messy. Yeah, so I'm saying it's time. Let's get our hands in there. We got to be able to feel this dough, and you can see me like just really scrunching it, right? I'm working in the water and the flour and all those the lard pieces or olive oil pieces in there, just to see what I need to do to if I need to add in more flour or water. So at this point it's messy and you're wondering how is this going to be edible, but it'll work out, trust me. So then I add in the rest of my water, and I think I ended up needing to add in a little more flour. Let's see. We're going to keep working it. This is kind of like kneading within the bowl before I bring out the mix onto my counter. This way it's a little easier and less messy until I know it's a good consistency. Yep, so pick it up, keep mushing it. Like, I'm really just getting it in there, right? So don't be afraid to use that hand and really mix up the dough. And it feels cool. It's kind of neat. And this way, when you start touching the dough like this and manipulating it like that, and with different kinds of doughs and breads, you really start to use your sense of like, okay, with my hand, what is it going to be good? Is it too dry? So don't be afraid to get in there and, you know, squeeze it. So I added a little more flour because I added a little too much water. And that happens all the time because you never know. Your flours, especially the consistency of your flour, is going to be a little bit different. Are you using white all-purpose flour? Are you adding any wheat flour in, which is going to be a bit of a different ball game? That's a little more drier type of flour. So now it's feeling pretty good. It's more like a ball. It's not a bunch of crumbly pieces anymore. And now I'm just kind of going to give it a shape so that I'm able to kind of cut it into equal-ish pieces. You don't have to worry about being too equal or anything like that. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it in half, and then in each half I'm cutting it into 5 sections so I can get a total of 10 tortillas. And we're just going to go ahead and just kind of form them into a quick ball that you don't have to be, you know, a super great ball. We're going to end up flattening it out. I just want them in a little tiny ball. And then you're going to cover them with your kitchen towel, and you're actually going to let them sit for at least a half hour. You could go longer if you'd like. But this way, the gluten, which is a major part of all the flours, needs time to relax. It needs to kind of chill out and just kind of, you know, relax. So that way, if you were to try to roll these out, you would get a spring back. So you'd roll it, and then the flour or the ball itself would start to scrunch back up together. But we want them to actually like stay flat, so we don't have to keep working at them. So those rested for about half hour, and then I kind of come in and I pat with my hands just a little bit, and then I use the rolling pin the rest of the way. And I'm going ahead to pick it up. Am I able to pick it up off the counter? Awesome. Look at, there you go. See the thickness of there. You want them pretty thin. And if your dough is sticking to the counter, go ahead and lightly flour it so that it doesn't, we don't want it to stick. That's a great thing about using like a fat, like an olive oil or the lard in it. They tend to not stick to the counter because they're nice and, you know, they've got that fat content in there. So you can see how I'm rolling it out. I'm going one way, go up and down. Then I kind of turn it on a 1/4 degree, go that way, back and forth, and then left and right. You're going to preheat your skillet to medium. And once they're heated, you can go ahead and put it on very carefully. Ask for supervision if you need it. You're going to place it on the skillet, and they need to go for about a minute or two. And when you start to see those bubble up, look at that. That's cool looking, isn't it? You're going to flip it over, and you'll see that on the other side, it started getting, you know, brown, kind of like those char marks. So that's a really good sign that that side is done. And then you're going to cook the other side for another minute or two as well. And then, ta-da! And you're going to pull them off, and you're going to repeat with the remaining. So you could kind of simultaneously do this if you're getting really skilled at it, or you can pat and roll out all of your tortillas and then move over to the stovetop area and then cook those one at a time, since it is a quick process. Checking out those bubbles. Yep, looking good. Flip it. You can use a spatula. I use that big fork. Either way works. And what you're going to do when you do pull these off is that you're going to put them in a kitchen towel. That keeps them warm and soft and pliable. So it's a good idea to have a kitchen towel right next to you, but safe enough distance away from the actual stovetop there. And then you're going to store them in there, and then you're going to go ahead and serve all your wonderful tacos and devour.